Go for it, Steve.
And we're live, everybody. We're live on Vapin Truckers channel. How's everybody doing?
Hey there.
Hi, everybody.
Doing good, Steve. Who we got in chat, Steve?
All right. Let's see. We got Fee is in the house. We got James Rivera, Ronnie, our Willoughby James, Liana, and that seems to be about it for right now, for everybody that we've got in the door right now. So welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. Let's get this out of the way first, so when people go back and watch or whatever, it'll be one of the first things that they hear. Okay, we have, with all the pending flavor bans, the national pending flavor ban, we don't know how all that's going to go. So there's a lot of people jumping into DIY. There's a lot of people that want to figure it out, learn how to do it, even if it's just mixing one shots. But I don't know about other people. For me, myself, I was kind of scared the first time, right? Like I had watched YouTube videos. I had read stuff. I'd done everything that I could do to prepare, but I was still nervous about that first mix, scared I was going to screw it up. So what we're setting up is kind of an initiative, and we're going to need help from the community. Okay. It doesn't require any money from you, just your time. Now, what I want to set up is a place where people can go to get help, like just to walk them through their first mix, how to use their scale, how to use ELR, what supplies that they're going to need, all that kind of stuff. There's been an email set up. It's TEACHMEDY@gmail.com. Okay, pretty simple. So if you're in that boat, or you know somebody that's in that boat, you can have them contact us there. And what we'll do is we'll set up a time where we can either talk to you over chat. We can go into a free Zoom room, right? If you got two people, and we could actually physically see each other, and we can talk you through how to do your first mix, get you comfortable so you're not worried about messing with the nicotine or worried about how you determine what 13% of whatever is. Okay. So now from the community, I'm looking for people that can volunteer a small portion of their time. Okay. I'm looking for people in different countries and different time zones. Just all that. And then I've got people that are going to coordinate it and connect the people together. Okay. So yeah, what do y'all think about that?
Yeah,
I like that idea. I mean, I wasn't scared at all the first day one, I jumped right in. Right at it. I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified. I don't think I put a recipe out for 3 years.
Well, and I was lucky enough, if you want to call it that, right? My local vape shop sells DIY supplies, right? That's where I get all my PG, VG, and my nicotine from. Usually, is from my local vape shop while I'm home. But like, what they did is they handed me my empty bottle, and they took a Sharpie and drew a line on it. Okay, and they said, okay, you want to put flavoring in up to about here, and then you add your nicotine, and the rest is PG and VG. That was my beginning DIY lesson.
Yeah, my local shop
Didn't
had
go so well.
my local shop had DIY stuff too, and I only had Capella flavor with TFA for probably the first 3 years I was mixing. So because that's all they carried, they like flavor art and all that stuff. I had no idea about. It's true.
Yeah. When I was starting to mix off, I just started grabbing flavors. I started grabbing a bunch of flavors at the time, and I just started mixing around with them and mixing them up. But the devices at the time that I started in 2013 are a lot different from what we have today. So there was a bit more flavoring back in the day that was required compared to what we do now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, the flavoring's almost doubled.
Yeah, one of the thing that I got when I was doing it was you take 5 mils of water and you put it into your coffee cup, and basically you take your flavoring concentrate, and the idea was you put 1 drop in, and you tested it, you put it in your mouth, swished it around, spit it out, and tasted it. If the flavoring was okay and you liked it at that percentage, that would start you off at 5% when I started. Okay. And if you had to put 2 drops in per 5 mil of water, that equaled 10% of that one flavoring. So that's the difference in how it was back in the day when I started. Um, that was my guideline and what I used to determine how I liked either a single flavor, or I would actually take a couple concentrates and I'd put 1 drop of one and 1 drop of another concentrate and mix it in the cup with the water and taste it and see what it turned out like. That's how I started off mixing. But that's no longer relevant today. You get a hold of things like Flavora, Alpine strawberry, and rich cinnamon, things of that nature, and you're gonna blow your head off. Because that stuff is like, some of that stuff is just like 1 drop per 30 mil.
Yeah, but that's the good thing today versus like when we started. There's a lot of information out there about these flavors, right? I mean, you've got Noted, for instance. They don't always do a real good job about saying what percentage that they tested it at and what the range is, but you can at least learn, how that flavor tasted.
Yeah, they give really good flavor.
Then if you go over, right, then if you go over to shows like Developed, those guys, they tell you what percentage that they're using it at. They tell you why they're using that flavor, why this flavor worked and the other one didn't. And in the end, you get a recipe that, people seem to like. So there's a lot of information out there that wasn't available when we started mixing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
there's lots of Facebook groups. We've got, the YouTubes that are out there with Developed and a lot of other shows and everything. So there's definitely a lot of content out there that people can view. And like and subscribe, to those channels and everything, and just search for them. But by all means, if there's any new folks out there that run on by and everything like that, pop some comments into the YouTube show if you run across it, in case you have any questions, and then we can point you guys in the right direction and give you the help that you need.
So like Noted is, I gotta speak on Noted. It's when I started thinking about like starting Noted, I started thinking like it was easy to get. The one thing that was out there was percentages. That was in ELR. You could go to ELR. You could get percentages. It wasn't great, but people kind of knew what the percentages were. Everyone was still kind of going with the 5% rule, whatever. But Noted was literally, like I said to Emily, it's your walk. It should be like walking and talking flavor notes. That's why she says that.
Walking, talking flavor review.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said that it should be like flavor notes brought to life. And then with developed, like I was thinking that developed would be step 2. Like once you knew how to use the flavors, then we could use them. Like it's like the shows kind of go together in a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It does. And for some reason, I didn't remember to put a link to Noted in the description, but Develops in there, Tammy shows in there. Steve show in there. Yours says the Vaping Lizard, Stevo.
Yeah. Down the rabbit hole mixing on YouTube, correct.
No, I'm saying your name still says the Vaping Lizard.
No, it does.
You're Aaron right now.
Yeah, I'm playing Aaron today. Yeah.
I'm gonna be on Noted this week. That's the first time I'm gonna be on Noted.
That's going to be interesting. What are they doing this week?
Candy, like pixie stick, like powdery sugary candies.
Oh, I've got a few of those.
Gotcha.
Yeah. There's a lot of them. I'm a little overwhelmed. I'm a little nervous, to be honest with you.
So, Fidalgo says no. The 2 shows do not go together.
Well, Fidalgo,
they do.
What he was saying is Noted is like part 1 of learning the different notes in the different flavorings and everything like that. And then part 2 would be, developed, where they actually develop the recipes and show the percentages and stuff, right? I mean, I get the concept. I get the idea. That's my understanding.
Yeah, and another good thing to point out too, right, is you always hear people say that taste is subjective and everybody's taste is different. While that is true, I have found, like, say, I don't know, say Dave recommended, ID10T recommended TFA Strawberry Right, okay? And he's going to describe what he got off of that. If you taste it and you get a similar thing, then you can kind of trust somewhat, what he's saying is what you're going to taste as well.
Right.
So if you can find somebody like that, that'll help you pick new flavors too.
Right. And that'll if you watch the shows and you start realizing who you identify with, like you'll probably identify with somebody on the show, and then you can start, take their word for it or whatever. So,
well, even if you don't, it's just funny to tune in and watch ID10T just to hear his flavor descriptions.
Yeah,
I was
for
gonna
things.
say,
They're priceless.
So the dying question we all want to know, Fidalgo, are you in the tub with lots of bubbles?
Exactly. That's his new nickname. R. Willoughby just gave him a new nickname. Bubbles. Yeah.
Hi, Goose Girl.
So, Noted had 3 different people that were supposed to be on Developed. You want to know who they were? Not Developed, Noted. Had 3 different people. It wasn't originally Dave, Chiba, and Emily. Listen,
really?
Listen who it was. It was Steam, Koppel, and Rage. Rage is a lot of work from Bull City. The one that did Sad Lad. It was those 3. I can't picture it with those 3 on it now.
Interesting. No, they do a great job. I mean, they have a great chemistry.
Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. They very quickly they were picked up after those 3 couldn't, like, whatever happened, they couldn't do it. But it's like, thank God they couldn't. Not that they wouldn't have been good. I mean, who knows? They would have been great.
Yeah,
I'm curious.
I love the Noted show. That's fun to watch. Especially Dave is hilarious, man. All those little one-liners he comes up with and stuff, or descriptions and stuff. I love it,
dude. Dude, you know if you just watch it and only pay attention to Chiba, you want to do yourself a favor? Only pay attention to Chiba. It's one of the funniest things you'll ever see because he's talking the entire show. And he'll be in the background and he says the funniest shit.
Yeah, he does.
Do yourself a favor.
Yeah, they both do.
He did that a few weeks ago. It was a classic line he did a few weeks ago. I forgot what flavor they were doing, and he said something like a really bad word. I don't know. Oh, fuck, like just out of the blue. I totally forgot about wait, what line is it he does all the time? Why can't I think of it right now?
The something mediocre.
Yeah, the
mediocre.
Yeah, he loves his Delosi.
Delosi, he said, oh, fuck, I forgot all about Delosi. I mean, and it was just quiet, and then all of a sudden he says that, and it was just hilarious. It was hilarious.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
So we got Vapor Ross Vape in the chat. I think it's his first time stopping by the show, so let's welcome him. And do you all think that he feels slighted that nobody did the Vapor Ross Vape thing 3 times?
Vapor Ross Vape. Okay.
I was told not to do stuff like that because when I do it, I make it seem really awkward.
Yeah,
I don't do that.
I want to see it now, Tam.
What?
I want to see it now.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Just stand up a little bit and do it.
No, I'm not. I tried to do DTF one day, and they were. Frank was like, "Don't ever do that again." That was awkward.
That's because you were at the. It's because you were at the mall.
Yeah, I'm just awkward doing that stuff. But yeah, you should do it.
I do the
Here you go, Frank. There he is in the chat. Daytime Frank, how are you doing?
Hey, Daytime Frank.
DTF.
See, I'm not gonna do it. You guys do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I do
when
the
I
VRV
try to do
thing.
the cute little DTF. Yeah, that DTF. Just don't do it. Because it's just weird. It doesn't sound right when I do it.
So I'm curious, do we have any new mixers in the chat, like new people that don't know but very little?
Yeah,
I'm just curious.
Anybody out there in chat hiding, just kind of lurking back and relaxing, anybody out there? Come on out.
Tammy is very new, which is why we're going to talk about ELR today for a little bit. Stalker has created a ELR page. The only flavors in there right now are the 20 flavors from last week that Developed had put out their list. So we'll let Tammy pull that up.
Yeah, you got to give me a minute. So keep talking about something.
No,
well, no, you're okay. I just got to log into it, and I got sidetracked for a second. It'll take me 1 second.
Squirrels.
Yeah, squirrel. I got squirrel. So I'm getting there.
All right. So Roger says that he knows how to mix. He just sucks at picking the right combination of flavors. There's one great one is if you Google one called ingredient. Let's see what it is. I'll put that in chat. Simon. It's called ingredient pairings. Okay. Now Simon has covered this one off before. This is a great website to go to. If you're not sure what flavors would work well together, it's very handy to use that website there that I've just put out in chat called Ingredient Pairings. And that gives you a really good idea. Say, I want to combine this with this. You can pop that flavor in there and see if it's a match. It's a really great website. It's helped me a lot because I've had ideas and I'm like, oh, I want to throw this together. Now, it's not the flavor Bible, if you will, because there are combinations of things that are out there that I can give an example of. And one is I use TPA grape juice, and I mixed it with TPA's jackfruit, okay? Now, you wouldn't think that grape and jackfruit would work together at all, but it does. I put in there, obviously I put into the ingredient pairings, I put in grape juice, and no, jackfruit doesn't pop up anywhere in there. So there are those oddities, if you will, some flavors that you will find that will mix well with others, but you wouldn't find a listing, say, on that website.
Pistachio. What is,
Yeah, Graham, you were saying
I'm
pistachio.
just getting weird feedback. Pistachio and banana
There you
go together, which is odd.
Oh, okay. I got logged in. Okay,
So
good.
there are some ingredient pairings out there, but if you're just starting off, that's probably one of the best places to go to get an idea of what flavors work well together, and that will at least give you a good foundation of how to put flavors together that may all work together. Start simple. You don't have to go crazy. Just mix a couple flavors together and see how that works off, and see how that works out, and then you can start working from there. But the idea is that you know, a custard for say, you want to create like a fruit custard. Well, you know that your custard's going to be your base, and you use that at a good or higher percentage because you want that predominant in the mix as your base, and then you put accents on top of it. If you want to add a little sweetener into it, that's your accent. You put your fruits on top to accent the custard. Things of that nature. So, you start kind of thinking about it that way, but always think about like what your base is. If you're making a cake, your predominant flavor note is going to be that cake base, in that recipe. And then you're accenting it with, say, cream cheese icing or some cream, and then maybe throwing in some fruit with it and everything like that. So always think about how the recipe's going to work. You're laying down your base and then you're accenting on top of it. Okay, so that is I guess the easiest description that I can come up with to describe how to build a profile from the base up.
Yeah, just 2 cents.
Right.
Just throwing.
Go ahead, Graham. Go ahead.
I was just saying, just a real quick little thing that you want to throw out there. Just 2 or 3 words about it. That was like the most thorough description I think I've ever heard. Now I know how to mix. Thanks, Steve.
The other thing that you can do also, that website, I've never been there, but I will when I get off the show today. If on ELR, right, if you go to the flavors, you can actually click on a flavor, and Tammy will show us this here when she's ready.
Yeah, I have it.
Right, but it'll give you average percentages, right? But it'll give you, it's under resources at the top, resources and then flavors. But
on
that flavor list, you can click on you can click on the flavor, and it'll tell you a lot of stuff about the flavor, what percentage that people use it at. And if you scroll down to the bottom of that page, it'll show you what flavors are commonly paired with that flavor. Okay, so of all the recipes on ELR, and there's a lot of them, it'll tell you what other people have used with that flavor. So that's kind of another good way to kind of judge a little bit.
Do you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Sure do.
Okay, good. All right, because it's like new or something. I didn't realize Zoom updated to this new, like I could pick these different options to share my screen. And it confused me for a minute. So after you log in, this is where it's taking me. Of course, my login screen looks a lot different because I'm following a lot of mixers. Right now, this is not following anybody yet. So there's nothing in a feed here because normally here in the feed, it will show mixers that you follow, all their recipes. So right now, there's nothing to show. There's one mixer following us right now. And that is, you can go look at that session drummer, which is really cool. And this is the Vapin Truckers and Friends login. And so you can go here and I can send the profile link in a little bit so people can follow this. And we can look at what recipes we have here. And so far, this is what was mixed live on the show last week. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Correct. One of the two. I haven't put mine on there yet.
Okay, yeah, okay. So this was one that was mixed with the 20 ingredients from the developed crew that was it 20 ingredients?
21.
21 ingredients the developed crew came up with for a good starter kit for DIY. This is one of the recipes that was mixed last week. Okay, so that is under my recipes. That was here. Of course, do you guys see that too when you're looking at it? Like your pictures and stuff? No, it's just me. Okay. So, of course, you can always upgrade. I always like to, I'm not even getting into that. Okay. So, we're talking about flavors, right?
Yep.
Adding flavors.
Yes.
Just go with me here. Just.
Yep. Let me move us out of the screen here.
Yeah.
Let me move us.
Are you in the screen?
Yeah, we're over the user. We're over the drop-down panel.
Move us
I
to
moved
the
it out of the
left.
way.
Oh, there we go. I got rid of you now. Okay, good. So cool. All right. So now if I go to user up here and I go to my flavor stash, I can go and see what flavors I already have in my flavor stash. And these are the 2021 flavors that the developed crew already recommended.
Now, Tammy, I am curious. I wanted to do this and I haven't got a chance. Can you go up there to the top where you can, where it says, what can I make? I'm curious just from their 20 flavor list.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. So if I go up here and I say, what can I make? He's thinking about it.
There's quite a few. I can't remember exactly, but I know there was over 1,000.
Oh, really? Wow. He's thinking about it.
We planned it that way.
It looks like he's trying to take a shit.
He's praying to the flavor gods. Come on, give me something good. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh no, it was 121. Sorry, I thought it was 1,000. I must have been
121. Now, what we need to, if this were me and I was looking for something I wanted to mix, what I would suggest, because right now these are sorted by the date. That's how they're sorted right now, is by date.
How do you search? Do you go by the mixer, the rating? How do you do it?
I would go by rating, and then I'll go back and I'll search by mixers because I know them really well. But if you don't know mixers and you're just starting, you need to go by ratings.
Right.
Yeah, you just click on the rating there, and that'll sort it by the highest rating.
So click on your rating, and it will, boom, it sorts it. The top, like this first one here has got 19. Like so far, it's like 4.5, 4.74 stars. And I'm gonna look, and what's really cool, you don't even have to open up the recipe. You can like see right there. That is something I wouldn't want to mix.
No,
because
it's 2 flavors.
That was back in 2015 when the devices.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Look at the date, like. And I don't even have to look at the date. I can look at some of the names. I can.
Yeah, like Manson's still on there, right? Manson's still in spots 2, 3, and 4. I know we had that forever.
Butterscotch Ripple 8%. Okay, thanks. All right.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Okay. So that might. Okay. I don't know who this is. 2017. That's an interesting recipe. It's just a basic cookie, sugar cookie, just a basic cookie, biscuit, meringue, and sugar cookie. And then you could add fruit to it, and it's got a good many. Oh, but this person just gave it 2 stars. So see, you want to read some of the notes. A lot of people liked it. It was all right. Just give it 2 stars. Yeah, I would add fruit to that. Backspace. So keep going down. So see, now we got 2 stars, and a lot of the 1 stars, a lot of people give their own selves 5-star review before they even publish the recipe. So sometimes you can't even go by that. So now here we go. So now I'm gonna go by mixer. But the sad thing is if you're new, you don't know who a mixer is. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know these people. So how do you know where to start if you don't?
Well, you're going to have to find a recipe that has a profile that you think you might like. I mean, like that biscuit one that you was looking at.
Yeah, and I would add a fruit to that maybe.
Yeah, but I mean,
And I would maybe call somebody, and if I didn't know, well, back when I started, I wouldn't have either. I would have just made it up. I would have figured it out because I didn't want to talk to nobody. I was scared.
I know. I'm impressed with 20 flavors, being able to make 121 recipes that are already out there.
Okay, hold on. Noodles.
When I started, I had bought a bunch of flavors and put them in here, and I hit what can I make, and it was like three recipes.
Oh, that's not who I thought it was.
So
But
Joel's
that don't look too
asking,
bad.
does not Charles Manson still mix? I believe he does.
No, he actually
That one don't look bad.
he's still around, but he hasn't put out a mix since that New Year's Eve one.
Okay.
I mean, he hasn't. He really hasn't. But he's still around. I mean, he's still in the Discord. Can we tell him something for you? No? Okay.
Am I still on? I'm still on Mixer alphabetical order, aren't I? God, there's not. I don't know many of these people. That's what's so bad. I don't know a lot of these right here.
Well, reach out and touch them, Tam. Get to know them.
That's what I'm thinking. I need to get to know somebody. I don't know these people.
We'll have them all on the show next week, Tam. So you can meet them.
Yep.
Oh, we're gonna bring them all on next week. Oh, this guy looks in our sucker punch. Oh, 2015. Holy cow.
Okay. Sorted by date and see what you come up with.
Well, okay. So let me go back to the date. Damn, I was trying really hard to do it methodically like I would do it normally, but it just doesn't seem to be working out. Okay, so
Probably because most of the mixes, Tam, have got a lot more flavors than just these 20. So most of their recipes have got other ingredients.
Okay, this is interesting. This doesn't have any. The name's interesting, the bomb, but I like they used Effie lemon. Come on. What the hell?
Yeah, Lars.
I mean, every time I look up there and see a little circle going around, I think it's my computer. It's confusing me.
Well, I don't understand why it's not opening it up. Oh, there we go. Okay. Flavor West Blueberry, 4%. Really good. Okay, why has that got a yellow mark there? Okay.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Effie Lemon. Is that a little high for Effie Lemon? Meringue, 1%. Okay.
But
that is doable, and I did not write on my screen. I don't know. And they have some good notes. So that's promise. So, I mean, it's one of these things like you would have to go through and read the notes and search. But when I started mixing, before I even ordered my flavors, that's what I did. I found profiles that I liked and I read all the, I spent a month doing this, finding something that I would like and reading the reviews. And oh, I know Ben Oz. And that was a DIY Down Under challenge. That looks pretty good. That's Benno.
That's got to be you doing that, Tam, putting the squiggle lines on.
How am I doing that?
I don't know, Tam, but keep doing it. I like it.
But okay, anyway, so that was nice. So I mean, it's just one of those like, I wonder if he won. I don't know if oh, Mech Mod. Okay, there she is. So Mary Beth did the review on this. Nice buttery notes, almost like a caramel milkshake. Somebody circled it. Who's doing that? Somebody else is doing this. Stevo, are you doing this?
Nope. I just came back.
Welcome to
I don't
Drawing
know.
with Tam.
Vaping Trucker's doing it. I know it. He can
She's
tell he's
messing with
not all he
everyone.
wants, but I know he's doing it.
I am not, Tam.
Okay, whatever. All right, so that's cool. All right, so we looked at the recipes and we can erase it. So we can see what we see what we can make.
Your computer is voice activated.
Tell me how to do it, please.
Is your computer voice activated?
No, it's not. I don't. Not to erase stuff. This one looks pretty good right here. Look at that. I like this that you can hit the eye. There you go. Graham's doing it. He's got to be doing it. So you can say biscuit. That's a good looking recipe right there. So, and then what's cool is if you want to mix it, here we go. You can go up here and star it right there. So you can like put a little arrow on that. There you go. You can hit star and make it a favorite. And then when you go back to your recipes, there you go. When you go, oh, if you want to mix it, we're going to go here and we're going to, we'll talk about this one probably in a different show though, because we're getting a little ahead of ourselves probably. But, oh gosh. Remove
Tam,
from favorite.
One of the things that I think of,
Adapt this.
but also show them how to add flavors to the flavor stash. That's pretty basic.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to was the flavor stash. Because, I mean, I don't know if we want to get into adapting a recipe and mixing it yet. I don't know.
Girl with strawberry crust? What in the hell?
I know. That is interesting. Oh, look at the picture. Wow.
Is that strawberry shortcake? She has strawberry crust.
And she tells what she tested it on a quad. That's nice. I mean, nice notes, a nice picture. And this is from Mashroom. I don't know this mixer. And this was like in February. Wow. Like there's a lot of people we don't even know that are out there that can mix.
Don't bring us into your nightmare.
There's a button.
What's that?
He said that so don't bring us into your nightmare. I know all these people.
Oh, you know them. Okay, cool.
No,
all right. So I'm going back to now we know what we can make. I'm going to my flavor stash. We have the 21 flavors right here. So let's say I bought a couple of flavors. Oh, now I'm saying I'm unstable. Nice. Okay. Did everybody see that on the screen? Last week we talked about flavor art pear. We were going to add to the list TFA dragon fruit and flavor art cream fresh. Is that good? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. So if I want to add those flavors to my flavor stash, I'm going to go here to add a flavor. This is not how I always do it, but I'm trying to decide if this is how I want to show you how to do it. So flavor art pair. And it's going to pull up all the pairs. But what I would put in first is flavor art FA pair. And boom, there it is, FA pair. And that's going to be the right one because there's over 20,000 recipes.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Huh?
Like if that's what we did. We pulled one up, and if there was like two that were like contending, like whichever one had the most recipes.
Yeah.
Just, so there's more to mix.
So then I'm going to go add. Where you run into trouble is when there's not a flavor to match what you're going to have. And then that's when I would go to someone who has done it before. So let's talk about the next one is TFA dragon fruit. And so here's the thing. I can't remember.
I always put in TPA and then it comes up correctly. TPA. Yep. Dragon. Here you go. Top one.
See, and there's actually, if you look, there's a bunch of them. Look at these crazy nuts where they've added them. But the one that we want is this first one where there's 127,000 recipes. You don't want to add the other ones. You want this one. Add.
Well,
and if you look, now we have 23 flavors. Then the next one I want to add is flavor art cream fresh. So flavor art. And you can go fresh cream or cream fresh. Same, it's the same thing. But if you look down below, somebody's got it in there as cream fresh, and there's 358 recipes. But we don't want that one. We want this one here with 144,000. And we're going to add that. So boom. Now we have 24 flavors. We are moving on up in the world.
Now, Tammy,
and then after that, I guess I need to save.
Yeah.
And then what's really cool, if you want to really be like, I got to keep track of my inventory and I want to go in and be really cost effective and know what's going on, how much things are costing me. You can go into this and really detail it out. Like how big is your bottle size? Let's say I got a 30 ml of this banana cream and I paid, what are we talking, $250?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm making it up. $250, and it usually adds it up for me, right? Weight in grams per mil.
Just put one.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Going deep on this. I don't think I've ever seen this.
Yeah. And we know that's a PG flavoring. For it to be a VG flavoring, it's usually marked on the bottle. Preferred single flavor. If you like to mix it as a single flavor at 5%, you can put that there, or 3%. You can put that there, but if you don't, just leave it, whatever you want to do. Save. But most people, it's average 4%, 6% single flavor. Whenever I mix, if I was using this, I would use it at probably half of what it says. But it's all depending on what you like. Everybody's different.
Keep going down.
Okay. So how far you want me to go with this?
Well, go back down to where it showed the mixing percentages that other people use it at.
There you go. Notes. Oh, that too.
No. Yeah.
I thought I had my phone muted.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So that shows the average in the recipes, and the average is a single flavor.
Yeah. So if someone's looking to mix this recipe, the average that this has been used in a recipe is 4%, around 4.3, 4%. But this is really off, and I'll tell you why. Because the maximum that it's been used is 60%. I mean,
Yeah, and single flavor testing.
100.
So that's really off. That is just off. That's not right. So what I do when I want to see if I want to really, if it's a new flavor for me and I go to recipes and I'll go to ratings.
I was gonna say go to that most commonly used with first, Tam.
Okay, well I'll do that too next. But what I do is go to ratings. And nobody's here using my internet, and why is my internet acting up? So now it's sorted it out by rating. Here's the top rated. So Banana Moon Pie, this is from 2007. Okay, so I'm going to look at that. This was mixed at 6%, which is pretty up there. Okay. Here's Fresh. I trust Fresh. I know Fresh. I know he knows how to mix.
Yeah, but what year was it?
What?
What year was it, though?
There.
2017. He uses that at 1%.
There you go.
So banana nut bread, 3%. So that's another thing is I kind of look at what other bananas did they use with it? And other creams did they use with it? Are they just using like 2 flavor? You know, that kind of thing to kind of get an idea where I might want to go with it in a percentage. So here's one by Wayne Walker. 2015 though. So this one's a little old. But it's interesting to see where it was back then for him.
What recipe was it?
Cereal milk.
Yeah, he was pretty dead on.
0.5%, yeah. But it was a 14.6% recipe. Wow.
He just used 37 flavors.
Yeah. So it's just one of these things you go through and like see how look at how people that you know are good. Like here's Juice Fairy right here. I miss folk art though. I saw him. Banana cream, 2%. That's the only banana.
That's crazy high.
Yeah. Right? That one I don't know about. Okay, let's go back to folk art. I know folk art. Yes, this is like top dog recipe right here.
Oh yeah.
1.5%. It's the only banana. He's got milk and honey, AP. This right here is like an excellent recipe.
It shouldn't work either. Look at it.
Yeah, this is what I was thinking about doing a show one week on recipes that shouldn't work and they do work.
Yeah, that one does not look like it works.
Yeah, but it does, right? I mean,
yeah, hell yeah, it does.
Yeah, it works.
I remember when I mixed that, I told Wayne immediately, and then Wayne did a review on it. You remember that?
Yeah.
Because he couldn't believe it worked either. Super
and I
accurate.
think it like here is Fresh using it again at 3% with banana. I mean, oh my God, I cannot use that banana cream above 2. I don't even think I can use it above 1.5 because I get the Runts banana. So it just really all depends on people's taste and what you're using it with. Oh, it gets so complicated. Most commonly used with, and so this is interesting. And this is something I don't look at often. But this is like the top flavors that people use with that particular flavor with banana cream. Are these flavors here that are listed in, the highest and lowest? So.
Tammy, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
On ELR, on our profile, if we follow mixers, can people look and see who we follow?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because here's why I'm asking, and we need to add this. Sub Vapes asked in the chat if we could compile a list of mixers that we could trust to look at their stuff on ELR.
Ah, that's a good idea, and we follow them.
For the new people, right.
Yes,
new people,
absolutely.
So we need to do that at some point.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay,
I just wrote that down.
Just anyone on YouTube. That's it.
What did you say?
Anyone on YouTube for Fidalgo. He thinks that only people on YouTube can mix.
That's like one of those things, like I saw it on the internet. It must be true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I I could name a couple people I wouldn't exactly follow, but
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah,
Here.
we'll keep that. Yeah.
we don't need to get into that.
All right, what else do you want to see here?
Stalker, what else you want to see, bub?
Scroll down again, Tam, and go to notes. You didn't.
Oh yeah, I didn't hit the notes. Notes.
Yeah, the notes.
Oh, this is a good place too. If you want to see the notes on the flavor of what other people have said about the flavor. And this again is where you need to know who to trust. You need to know who is good to.
I think the most important thing is for you to single flavor test your flavors so you know where you like them at. Test at different percentages yourself because taste is subjective. And while the notes there are pretty great and can give you a general idea, I don't believe that you should trust it 100%. That's where I think you really need to find your your best taste range for a particular flavor concentrate. So it's always very important that you do the testing yourself because flavors are highly subjective. And while you can get a great general idea here based off the notes, I think it's most important you do it yourself.
Or just
Oh
listen
no,
to people
you're
on YouTube.
absolutely right. But when you start and you don't know and you want to read like, is this like a runty banana or a non-run? It's a good good to read what other people are saying. And I was trying to find
flavor.
What's that?
And before you buy the flavor, you can go look it up.
Yeah,
on
even before you buy it. Yeah, is this one that? And this is such an old flavor. I mean, like not old, but yeah, been around a while. So it's gonna have a crap load of people that's commented.
Yeah,
But one of the people that I want to find that I know is going to have something good. But I also have a good link for everybody too to go look at notes. So you don't have to go through all this.
That is a lot.
Just do it.
What?
You don't have to do all this. We'll just do it live for you.
Who are you
Oh my
looking
god!
for,
I don't
I've
even
never seen
see him on here. Where is Oh my god! What's his name?
Concrete? Concrete.
I was looking for Chachi Vapes.
Mm.
Chachi usually has notes on everything in notes. I didn't see him on here. But if you're looking for two-tone, that's somebody good. So custard ingredients. So they're going to tell stuff. So one thing I was going to Reddit right here. That's where you need to go.
Just for new people, I mean, a few names that we could throw out there. Leilani takes great flavor notes.
I was just about to say her.
Usually post them on
Concrete River.
Liam
Davey. He's known as the vaping scribe and also as
Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, he's under his both.
He's got a lot of notes on Chef's Facebook page.
Yeah, Concrete River, another great resource.
Chris DVR.
His Concrete's channel is still up, ain't it?
No.
No?
Still up.
He has a web
It's
page.
still up.
Yeah, I know.
Am I done sharing, or do we want to look at something else?
I think you're good, Tam.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Very good presentation, Tam. Very good presentation.
Thank you.
Well done.
Tam.
Okay, now I can look at the chat again.
Graham, who was that person you mentioned, Graham?
Chris DVR. He can't spell and he's kind of slow, but he has good flavor notes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm giving everybody a link to this Reddit, and this is the one that takes you and it lists all the it lists all the vendors by alphabetical order, and then you click on the vendor you want, and then it lists all the flavors that's been flavor tested, and then you can go click on that flavor and see what's been said about it.
Yeah, there's
And
lots
a lot
great-
of these are have been done by Concrete or Chris DVR, or Lalani's done some, and just different ML and Icon's done some. Just many different people's done them.
You know that in 2017, Concrete River did 86% of Flavor's flavor notes.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah.
Wow.
He had like 10,000 pages of flavor notes.
Dang. But yeah, I think it's important that you test the flavorings and see what you think about them as well. You know, I think it's very important. I mean, you don't want to rely on anyone else 100%. I mean, you've got to taste these flavors. You've got to try them out and see what you're getting out of them, because, you know, your palate obviously may not match the notes of what somebody else is writing, and you'd be like, no. I'll give you a perfect example. Is Capella's Cereal 27. A lot of people claim that they can taste cornflakes out of it. All I get is AP. That's it. That's all I can taste. I get no cornflake reference out of it whatsoever. And another one is Wonder Flavors glazed donut. The only thing I taste out of that is pure sugar. I don't get the bread note part of it. That's why I like to put in like Flavor West cake batter dip or something like that, or Flavor West, yellow cake or Jungle Flavors yellow cake, and mix it with that, because it gives me a better bread reference to the donut itself. But usually in most of them, like even Zapola Zapola by itself, no, I'm not really picking up much on a bread note there either. And the same thing with Wow. I guess I'm donut blind. You know, you get people that are strawberry blind that can't taste the strawberries in certain concentrates. But for me, I found my problem with donuts. Like, I don't get that bread reference. It's not really prominent. It's not there like I think it should be. Because like when you bite into that donut, I mean, and you're eating it, it's like a big, cakey, mouthfeel reference that I'm just not getting unless I'm pairing it with something else.
Okay.
Right.
An interesting.
And,
go ahead.
Ronnie said in chat. Oh, I was going to say, Ronnie said in chat that new people, maybe we shouldn't encourage them to single flavor test as much. I kind of agree. When you first start mixing, right, you just want to make something good. Okay. But I would argue the point, because Fidalgo disagreed with him and I agree with Fidalgo. Well, how can I do both, right? When you mix something up, right, and there's an off flavor, part of that flavor that you don't like, the only way that you're going to pinpoint which flavor it is in there that you don't like is to go back and test those flavors by themselves. Okay, that's the only way that you're going to discover, hey, I don't like this strawberry, or I'm not tasting any strawberry, and then you mix it single and maybe you can't taste strawberries.
Yeah.
But that's the only way that you're going to find that out, is to experiment. And I wouldn't get overwhelmed. Like Stalker, you said that you're like 600-700 flavors in and you're way behind on flavor testing.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
about
just
580 behind.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe, right, you're not going to try to do them all at once, but maybe do 5 a month or 10 a month.
Yeah.
Well,
something like that.
Can I give my 2 cents?
All means, Tammy.
You've only got like, what, Tam, 42 flavors, something like that.
No, well, here's what I think. Okay, if you have a new mixer, I think the big question to ask is, are you wanting to have an all-day vape and that's all you want to mix for? Like, you just want to find your all-day vape and you just want to keep mixing that? Or do you want to mix and keep learning about new flavors and new mixes that you can make on your own Or, what are you wanting to do with your DIY? Are you wanting to do multiple things? Like, because if you're just wanting, I just want to mix to have something to vape. Like, then they just need to find a good recipe and they need to mix it. That's what will make them happy. That's all they need to do. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I want to do with my DIY, Tim?
What's that?
I want to get. So do you know what I want to do with my DIY? I will tell you, and then I want your advice. I want to get rich.
What do you want to do with your DIY, trucker?
I want to get rich. I want to make a lot of money.
Good luck.
I was about to say.
I'm like 30 minutes away from eviction.
Well, you better find a different DIY to get into. I don't know. If this
no
is
kidding.
it.
Well, I know I should probably do more. Get more involved.
Now on this experimenting thing, I seen on one of the on the YouTube on Facebook there, a bloke, he goes under Bogan Shizzle or Boogan Shizzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What he does when he's preparing to make a new recipe up, he gets like a toothpick, a matchstick, and he'll put a drop of a concentrate on it, swish it, let it soak in a little bit. Then he'll get his next flavour and he'll put that on top of it as well and let it soak in and have a smell. And he'll sniff all the obviously take the lids off, and he'll sniff them together to see if they smell like they'll go together.
I've done that.
I use Cool Whip. I've been
Cool
like a
Whip,
Cool Whip proponent for years. Yeah, it's whipped VG. That's what it is. I mean, it's going to be the closest you're going to get.
I was just thinking about something. Let's go back to Stevo at the beginning of the show. You were talking about putting drops of flavoring in water.
Yes.
Okay. And just swishing it around to get a taste for it. If somebody wanted to figure out if 2 or 3 flavors went together, they could use that same method, right? Put
That's
a drop
correct.
of each flavor.
Yeah, you can
just
combine them in
water.
water in like 5 mils of water and see what they taste like together.
Yeah.
It gives you a really quick reference of what that would taste like.
But you could do it in water. If you use the Cool Whip, it's going to be even closer because it's going to give you the VG taste too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, for us dumb Aussies, what's Cool Whip?
They have it in tubs. Basically, what it is kind of like that cream that we get in the cans, the whipped cream that in cans.
Whipped cream, yep.
Except they have it in tubs.
But it's non-dairy. It's actually VG. It's actually vegetable oil or vegetable glycerin.
Yeah.
I'll have to get my wife to see.
It's non-dairy.
But over here in Australia, you could take the canned whipped cream that we have, and you could definitely, put that in, and then put your flavors in it, and mix it up, and eat it. You could do that.
Yeah, put it on the spoon first, and then put the Cool Whip on, so you don't get the flavor right on your tongue at first. Like it burns or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know how Wayne can just drop a drop of concentrate on his hand and lick it up. I tried that, and holy, not doing that again.
Dead. Nah. His tongue's dead, clearly.
Yeah, it's
he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just dabbing away.
Yeah, I can't. I tried that. Never do that again. Nah.
It's all muscle memory at this point.
Yeah, but the easiest way for any new mixer to get involved is to follow the different Facebook groups and ask questions. Get onto the YouTube shows, participate, ask questions. Put questions in the comments if you see it after, if you didn't catch the live. Put comments in there on the show, and we'll be more than happy to help anyone out that's out there. But basically, that's the point, is that anybody coming in new to DIY, that's why we're here. We're here to help other mixers out that want to learn how to mix and want to learn how to do it. That's what we're all about, and that's exactly why we're here.
Email Steve. Actually, call him at home.
Yeah. Call him. What's your number? Let's get your phone number. Day or night?
But yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, there's lots of support out there in the community. We've always pulled together, and we've always helped other mixers out and everything, and given advice. And there's a different discords out there. What is it? Freedom to Mix there for the developed one.
Yeah, Freedom to Mix is folk arts, and there's a developed channel in there.
Yeah, and then
and then we get the.
Yeah, so then Tam has her own homegrown alchemy one Discord, right, Tam?
Mm-hmm.
We've got Daytime Frank as well, and Mixing in the Kitchen by Daytime Frank on his Facebook page. Like I said, there's lots of resources out there. There's lots of help out
And
there.
down the rabbit hole.
Down the rabbit hole,
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
So
I have
there's
one.
lots of resources.
They also have all those Discords also have their Facebook pages. Plus, there's a ton more on Facebook. DIY e-juice, that's one of the biggest, I think.
Yep.
Chefs.
DIY or Die Mixer Collective.
Yeah, yep. DIY or Die, yes. And the chef's one, that's got lots of flavor notes. And I think yours, Tam, you've started doing some documents up in the files, haven't you?
Oh, and there's also DIY e-juice or something.
Yeah, DIY e-juice. That's the one that Stalker said, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's from the Reddit group, basically, I think.
Yeah. I have one, but it's just me and Daytime Frank. That's it. The only two people in the Discord.
Really?
Just me and Daytime Frank. That's it. The whole Discord. It's just us two. We just talk.
Wow, aren't you guys special?
We just talk.
I don't even want to know what you two talk about.
All right. If anybody in the chat has questions, y'all can put them in the chat and just tag one of us on the panel in it, so we can see it.
Yeah, that's also a great note there, Mike. Is that whenever you're in a show, if you want to get the attention of someone on the panel, just tag them and their name.
Yeah, the forums. Don't forget about the forums on ELR. I didn't even show that.
Yep. Yeah, there's lots of
great I didn't even show that.
So, anybody gonna mix anything tonight? Put something in chat, Stalker.
Yeah, is there any ideas or anything from anyone out there in chat? Let us know. Give us an idea, throw out an idea out there, something we can come up with.
Last time I asked that was Wednesday night. We were mixing with concrete, and it went live. Remember that, Steve? He had. I'm telling you, this mix that he came up with is not. You heard it. I mean, we're all just going. He's got to be trolling. He's got to be trolling us, and it worked. It's the craziest. It starts out the craziest two flavors together. I just can't believe it works. It's incredible. That guy's mind.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, he's okay. Let me just tell you what it started out with. I don't care. What are they going to do? If I tell, it's eggnog and backyard bitters. Those are the two that it started with.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So just handing out asking about the Discord channels, Mike. If we can put up a list, the different names and everything of the Discord channels that are available.
Yeah, that can be done. Just a matter of where we're going to put them.
Put them down in the description, maybe.
You should start a Discord to have a channel that all the Discords are in.
So, Graham,
Discord for Discord channel.
Joel's asking about a good macaroon.
Let me tell you a story. Okay, let me tell you a story. I have a Facebook group that just me and my other half are the only ones in it because I've never put it out there. There's no point. There's enough groups that are friendly that we don't need to have another place for people to go look. And I'd feel the same way with a Discord group.
There's so many.
I mean, I would say, there's just so many. It's a lot to try to keep track of.
Yeah, it is. I probably have, how many do you have? Like I probably have 35 of them, and I mean, yeah, it's a lot to keep track of.
Yeah.
So don't do the thing where I said to make a Discord. Make a YouTube channel and just read off Discord.
Whoever asked about that, give me a little bit of time after the show, and I'll put some links in the description of this video, and you can just go back to the video and look in the description, get those links. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pop up the Discord that I have.
I just did.
Well, while we're trying to work some stuff out, I've got out of the 20, I tried to do this last night. Now let's see if I did this before. Let's see if I can share screen again.
There you go.
So is that showing up?
Yep, just maximize that.
Yeah, okay. Hang on. How are we going there?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I tried this last night. What's the panel's view on this and the chat? What do you think about this, or what do I need to do to this? Oh, here we go. We got the drawing happening. Thanks, Graham. Yeah, so this is just out of the 20. I made this up last night. It is going to need a bit of steeping, I presume. But what do you guys think about it? Well, what can I add to it to make it better?
You could probably throw in a little bit of meringue for a bit of a mouthfeel if you wanted. That's the only thing I can think of.
I'd put sweet coconut in it. We don't have sweet coconut on that list, huh?
Oh. But now we have dragon fruit. I could probably put a little bit of dragon fruit in to help those two strawberries.
Or Flavor Express Lemon too is another option. So you could make like a V2 of this and come up with slightly different. Throw in either dragon fruit or lemon to boost the strawberry, and throw in a little bit of meringue to kind of boost up the the mouthfeel.
Yep.
Did we have TFA cheesecake graham crust, right?
Yep.
Huh.
A bit of that, you reckon, Graham?
Maybe. I mean, if you're going to do anything to it, looks pretty all right to me.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good the way it is. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking to enhance or do a version 2 of it, those are some suggestions that you could go with as far as the strawberry is concerned.
Have you mixed it, Stalker?
Yeah, I did. I mixed it last night. Just hang on. I'll just go get the bottle. I'll stop share screening. There we go. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Yep.
I think it's hard to tell somebody how to do something different with a recipe if you don't know what they think of it, like what they were going for and what they're missing, right? What they're not getting out of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if you mix that up and you like it and you think it's pretty good, then yeah, it's really hard to sit there and suggest anything if they like it the way it is. I mean, can you enhance? Can you improve? Sure.
Yeah, well, that's what it's all about, is improving, and gives the new mixers an idea of where to go and what else they could add to it.
Yeah,
I'm usually looking to remove stuff.
Right.
Like what I can combine or what I can.
I think that's another.
remove. So
I think that's another thing too that a lot of new people do is they put everything that they have in the bottle. Whereas if you just keep it a
Yeah.
lot simpler, you're going to get a better vape out of it.
yeah, it's a hard concept to grasp when you're not understanding. I remember Wayne saying, like way back in the day, like when he first started, he was telling me, he said, if you put 10, if you have 10% of anything, go back and look at that recipe. And I'm going, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. Like I literally didn't believe him because I just started and I thought 10%, my recipe should be 73% at that point. But you think the more you put in, the more flavor it's going to be. And it's totally not the case.
Yeah, that's the
exact
biggest
opposite.
misconception for new mixers is the more concentrate you add, you think the more flavor it's going to give you when it'll actually do the opposite. It can actually start muting out, depending on the properties of the concentrate. You're either going to get funky off notes from it, or it can actually start muting out your recipe and you won't taste anything and be like, okay, what happened?
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
So more concentrate does not equal more flavoring or stronger flavoring. Can do the opposite.
Where do you think it could use improving those, Stalker? I mean, is the cookie base okay, or the strawberries weak? Is it balanced?
The strawberries not too bad. It could probably be just brightened up a little bit. I think the cookie might be a bit low though. The cookie base isn't quite there.
Go raise the sugar cookie then a little bit. What's it at? What do you have it for?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd go any higher on the biscuit.
Yeah, biscuits at 1, sugar cookies at 3.
Yeah, you could probably go to like 4, 4.5, 5 maybe.
I'd go to maybe 4 on the cookie, 4.5. Yeah, I wouldn't raise the biscuit. To me, anywhere biscuit gets dry if you go too high with it.
Yeah, or you could use FA cookie instead.
Yeah, we don't have FA cookie on the list.
Right.
This is just another one for the beginners mixers.
Yeah, that's got to be one that's got to be added there, Graham. Is the Jungle Flavors yellow cake and FA cookie.
And I was thinking of marshmallow.
Marshmallow too, yeah.
What would be the develop said last week, this last show, I think that they're going to add more flavors in about a month or so, which I think is the way to do it. You don't want to add a bunch of flavors all the time and then people get overwhelmed again, right? Give them some place to start.
That's it. My second order my first order from America was from BCF. I ordered 103 10 mils. That was stupid. At the time, it was just stupid because I had no idea what I was doing. And yeah, that's what really overwhelmed me.
Right.
At least you ordered 30 mils.
The new mixer was I was dumb and I went out and bought 30 mils of a bunch of flavors right off the bat.
Vaporize.
Vaporize, yeah. So I went and got 30 mils of a whole bunch of flavoring, and like some of them I still have almost a year later. That'll be next month in October when I'll have had quite a few of them for a year. I see some of the ones that I haven't quite used all the way after a year. Now there is one that I've used over and over and over again. That's Flavor Arts Mandarin. Another one is I haven't really used it. I've only gotten about halfway through the bottle. Is TFA's Mango. Now one I've already reordered is Vanilla Swirl. That's on the list. You'll definitely use that one. That's a great one to use.
That one's worthwhile buying,
big. I haven't quite used up is TPA Sweetener. Still got a 30 mil of that. And there's definitely one that you don't need a 30 mil of, and that's Flavora's Apple Filling. All right, that's a very strong. That's going to last you forever anyway.
There you go, Steve. I got the same.
There you go. Yeah. Let's see. Another one in here was you don't need a 30 mil of Joy either. Joy gives you that yeasty bready kind of note when you're making
Beer.
donuts or whatever. Yeah. So that
Ugh.
one I ordered too much of that. There's no way I'm ever going to use that up. Another one is Flavor West's Key Lime Natural. Well, it's a good flavor, and I
Yeah.
do like it.
It's the best.
Yeah. Nah. Now, the only one I would recommend is I keep reordering 30 mils of Butterscotch Ripple. That's a definite must have.
I got
Oh, I bought that
60
in a
mil.
4-ounce bottle.
I got that in the 60 mil.
There you go. Then another mistake I made was Inaware bubble gum. While it is a good bubble gum and it tastes really good, I don't mix with it as much.
You don't use it?
No, I don't
I've
really
just
use
ordered
it very
that.
much. Now, definitely one that I've used a ton of and I'm almost about out of it there is Inaware's Biscuit. So that's a good one. And Cap New York Cheesecake. That's a good one.
And lemon meringue pie by Cat.
Also, I've used quite a bit of Flavor Arts Forest Fruit Mix as well. That's another good one. Then Flavor West's Yellow Cake. Definitely use that a lot. And one of my personal favorites everybody knows about is jackfruit. TFA's jackfruit. That's one of my big faves.
Ooh, what about Wonder Flavors? You like that over Wonder Flavors?
I haven't
Jackfruit?
tried Wonder Flavors yet, but I fell in love with the TPA one. I stuck with it.
Oh yeah, you
And then the other one, this is definitely a waste for me, is Blueberries Extra by TPA. Now this one is still pretty full, as you see. I've tried it, and I'm not a fan of it. To me, it's got too much earthiness to it. It just tastes like dirt to me. I don't quite enjoy that one. I've done the bilberry, the blueberry extra, and the Flavor West. For me, and this is personally me, but the bilberry puts off too much of a floral note in the mix that I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
So,
but something I'd suggest as a new mixer myself, when you if you start with this 20, you'll sort of get a taste of what you're after. Do your search on ELR and favourite some recipes. You can also add to your shopping list in that. If you click on that spanner, you can add to your shopping list and just write down a few recipes that you think you'll enjoy and buy those flavours. Don't go out and look at something and go, oh yeah, I'll buy that, like unicorn vomit. I bought a couple of flavours just for the names.
You don't like unicorn vomit?
Yeah, I've got. Oh, I like it. I bought a 4-ounce of it.
No, you didn't. You're the only one in history that's ever bought a 4-ounce of unicorn vomit. Really?
Yeah, right there.
Oh my god!
like
I never bought that flavor.
I like it. But that's
one I never bought.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah, that was in my first buy up from BCF, and I've bought a lot that I think like Rocky Road from Flavor West because I love Rocky Road, but I can't seem to work with it. And that was I tried mixing it solo, and now I've realised that you can't do that. But yeah, just do your research on the ELR. Look at recipes that you think you'll enjoy, because once you start vaping, you'll work out where you go. Mix up a couple other people's recipes, because that's all I've been doing now for about 5 months or so. I've mixed up other people's recipes, like Tam here. She's one of the worst culprits for making your shopping list long, because she makes these beautiful looking recipes, and it's just ridiculous. The bill.
Bill?
Yeah, the bill for the shopping.
Oh, I need to send you the bill for it then.
I've got
Stalker.
Yeah.
Stalker, the most important question is, when you have bought flavors and mixed Tammy's recipes, generally, how are they? They any good?
They are good. Here's drops of Jupiter. I've got 2 of these bottles in my drawer.
yeah,
Unfortunately, I've only been able to mix up probably 3 of them. I'm just waiting on Chef's next sale for 20% to buy a couple more. But that's also saying that is like if you buy 3 flavors, you can probably make up another 50 recipes because you're usually only missing 1 to make up lots of recipes. And with all these new good flavors coming out, a lot of people get scared paying extra money for Flavor or Flavora, however that's pronounced. I know I'm going to get shot for that.
It's Favre. That's the proper pronunciation.
They are more expensive, but you use hardly anything. And Vape Train Australia, yeah, they're another good one. But yeah, just do your research and look, mix up other people's recipes. You're not going to be able to go straight out and make up top-notch recipes straight away. No way in hell you can do that. I had help with.
Is that your dingo?
Oh,
Wait,
they're telling you off.
But Mike, to answer your question, yes, I can say I've mixed up a lot of Tam's recipes, and she definitely matches my flavor profile. We talked about it the other day, I love her mixes. They're awesome. I mean, I haven't been disappointed. Jacked Up Sunday, I love that one. And then I've got the other one, Seeping, which was the parfait there that you made just recently, Tam.
Oh yeah.
What was it called? A blueberry yogurt parfait, or has Flavora Greek yogurt in it? I went out and got that one just so I could try that.
What I name it on my bottle and what it's named on all the flavors is 2 different things sometimes.
Did you put appropriate pictures this time?
The initials were BYP. So I know the initials were BYP, so I know it said yogurt parfait. But it
was a yogurt jam parfait. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Didn't have wieners on it or anything? No?
No, Oscar Mayer.
No, there was no wiener dog. No.
She loves that. Those pictures.
It wasn't a wrench either.
But yeah, I mix up. I've only been mixing up other people's recipes for quite a while. You look up there, you find things that you like, and then just play with it and change it to how you think you like it. Add a flavour, take a flavour out. Just make up different versions. Get one recipe, and you can type it into ELR and put version 2. Keep it the same name, version 2, version 3, version 4. I've done that a bit. Some with success, some with not so much success. But yeah, just play around and just be cautious when you buy. Even if you do throw in 1 or 2 oddball bottles every order, it's not going to hurt you. Just buy the 10 mils and go from there. And then you'll end up with a nice, decent stash over time. Over in America, you're lucky you only got to spend $50 to get free freight. Over here, we got to spend like $100 and something to get free freight in Australia.
Yeah.
Everything sounds like a question when you say it. With the accent.
Tam. Gave you a wrench, Tam.
But yeah, even some flavors.
Oh, but it doesn't look appropriate. Not like, never mind.
Yes, I know what you're talking about there.
Muscle memory.
But I was always worried about trying the tobaccos. I've tried 2 RY4s now. I've just cracked open this bottle of the Vapes one, the peanut butter RY4.
Oh,
cookie.
yeah, I like that.
Sounds good, huh?
Yeah, it's only done the 4-day steep because I made it the day of the show. So, but it's not bad. I don't mind that. So I was really worried that it would want me to go back to smoking.
Because of tobacco? Nah.
Yeah.
If you make a tobacco good enough that it makes you go back to smoking, that's pretty good tobacco.
Yeah. But I am gonna try more now.
Yeah, but the thing about the tobaccos is they don't taste like burnt tobacco, right? It doesn't taste like you said fire to tobacco. It tastes like, the easiest way to describe for me what tobacco flavorings taste like is if you took a cigarette and just smelled the end of it or broke it in half and smelled the ends of that raw tobacco.
Or made like a
That is
tea out of the
more
leaf.
Right. That's more what you're going to get from that, not a burnt tobacco. Now, there's stuff that you can add, like black fire, to add that burnt, smoky taste, if that's what you're looking for. But yeah, I was bad. If y'all ever just been sitting there and thinking about, I really want to vape that, and so you just make it.
Really
Yeah, every time I make
what?
something.
Yeah, I mean, like I was bad. I didn't go off the 20 list, but I did make something that's pretty good, actually. I was in the mood for a cereal, apparently.
Yeah, you gotta make
So
it.
I did cap fruit circles at 6%,
You later,
3/4
Art
of a
Willoughby.
percent,
Yeah, mate.
3/4 of a super sweet, and 1% Capella sweet tangerine. And it's actually really good.
Nice. So you took a tangerine, pushed it that way.
Yeah.
I like that idea, actually. Tastes more like Fruit Loops or Tricks.
It's still that fruit circles takes a minute to steep, but I think it may be a little more tricksy actually than it is
Trixie?
Fruit Loops.
Yeah, because one of them's more orange. If you put 0.5% of Flavor West blueberry in any of those like fruit circles, Fruit Loops, whatever, watch what it does. Try like 0.5% of Flavor West blueberry. Yeah, it like totally changes it. Brings out all the berry stuff in it. It's like ridiculous. It's probably one of the biggest like.
I'll have to find my blueberry.
Yeah, just 0.5%.
Yes, Odin vanilla for pipe. I love that concentrate. And aware of vanilla for pipe. All right, y'all. Well, it's about that time. Last I heard, Daytime Frank was doing a show. The link to his channel was in the description.
9:00.
So that's at 9 p.m. So in 30 minutes, we're going to get on out of here. Stevo, where can they find you, buddy?
Yeah, so you guys will find me on Discord, and then Down the Rabbit Hole Mixing on YouTube show that I do with Aaron and everything. So yeah, hopefully we plan on coming back this week. So been some unfortunate circumstances. Lost a family member, so things have been kind of rough. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, we'll see about coming back and see if we can't get that giveaway done. All right, over to you, Graham.
Yeah, I'll be on Noted this Monday, and then Develop Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. Eastern. YouTube. Tam?
Yes.
What?
Oh, my turn? Okay. I will be on Daytime Frank in 30 minutes, I think. And I will be...
His show, you mean, right?
What?
His show. Okay.
Oh, my gosh. Yes, on his show. I will be on Mixing in the Kitchen After Dark at 9 p.m. That's what it's called. In 30 minutes. Yeah, John came in here and he was like, who are you talking to? I was like, I'm on a show. He's like, I didn't think you had a show. I says, yes, I do. Why do you think I got dressed up? He said, I thought you got dressed up for me. I'm sorry. So anyway, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just rattling. So, and then, yeah, I don't know. Monday, 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time. Some other time out west. We will have the Omets and Friends with Liana and Simon and Trucker and whoever else wants to come in. Yeah, squirrel. Exactly. I squirrel a lot. I'm sorry. So yeah. So I am on Tam Vape, CLR, all the flavors. So check it out. So who's next? Did Stalker go?
Stalker.
Here you go.
Yeah, well, I don't have any YouTube channels except apart from I'm on this one. I'm on Discord, the Stalker. I'm on Facebook, Kev Shell. That's about it for me. Right, it's up to you, Mike.
Absolutely. All right, guys.
Coming.
Remember, thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for joining us, Graham, and everybody else on the panel. Steve, thanks again, man. Giving up your time to do this. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on.
Everybody, if you know somebody that wants to start mixing and you can't help them personally, send them to that email address and we'll get them hooked up. That was teachmediy@gmail.com. Also, if you are a mixer and you're willing to help some people, email that same address and just say, hey, I'm willing to help out and we can get this thing going. And part of this is I just know new people, they're going to make mistakes and it's going to hit the news. And then we're going to have issues with that, So we're just trying to cut this off at the pass. But in either case, y'all stay safe, keep on trucking, keep on vaping.
Be on the flip side.
Later.
Bye, buddy.